Hi, you're listening to the Flow State Fishing Podcast.
All right, we're live. Sitting here, day 3?
Day 3, man.
Day 3.
Yep.
On Spot X.
How good.
Sitting by the campfire, couple of tins. Proper good.
On the beach.
Yeah. I had something fucking funny to say then. I can't remember what it was.
Something to do with maybe introducing your first guest?
No, I had a mad intro.
Did you?
I had a mad funny intro in my head. I can't remember it.
I reckon it's probably funnier in your head.
Probably, like most things. Mick's commandeered another fucking podcast again. Didn't invite him, he just picked up the mic.
Fucking hell, mate.
He's been on all 3.
You're like, mate, I'm a little bit scared to talk by myself. Can you help me out?
Fuck off. But we're here with Flynn Cypher, aka Saltwater Prodigy on Insta. Pretty famous for all his cool shit he does on Christmas Island. And we're going to have a bit of a chat to him, see what's up, what his story is, where he's at, where he's been, where he's going, what he's doing. How you going, man?
Good yourself, man?
Good.
Yeah.
So, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Perth, but never really lived there. We lived there for like a year or so. And then we bounced to Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean. And I was pretty much born and raised there. Just fishing, basically.
Yep.
It's not that there's not much else to do, but just what else would you do?
True that.
So yeah, we fished hard there till I was about 6 or 7.
Yep.
And then we bounced to Karratha 5 or so years, then bounced to Broome, and then ended up back on the island. Island life sucked us back in.
Yep. So your oldies worked on there? Like
yeah.
Worked, like it was part of their job?
Yeah, that's the reason we went there, yeah.
Yep, nice. So you pretty much grew up on Christmas Island?
Yeah.
What got you into fishing?
Me old man.
He fishes?
Yeah, he's full frother on it.
Loves it.
And top water's his thing also.
True. So many old dudes like that, eh?
Yeah. He
like
throws fluff and stuff as well.
Like old dude, top water, like old dudes.
Define old, man. I could be Flynn's dad.
Like older than you old.
Yeah, right. How old is your dad?
49, I think.
There you go. He's not that old. Fuck.
Yeah, no, that's... But still, man, there's...
Feel like a brick shit house, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I don't know, eh? Apparently he was a little fucking skinny dog as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
You might blow out, man. Flynn's like 6 foot, 3?
Probably 6'2".
Yeah.
Something like that.
And about 40 kilos wringing wet.
Give him a haircut, it'd be 35.
Yeah. Yep. So, fishing on Christmas Island, how did you go about it? Like, you had a boat, obviously, or you fish land-based, or what's the go? Or when you first started fishing as a kid, what were you doing?
Oh, first off, it was just like how everyone starts off pretty much, just like bait slaying, whiting and all that little stuff. And then when we were in Karratha, chucking plackies, small stick bait for trout, go out and chase reds, chase salies. And then Broome was very much the same, just included barra in that.
Yep. Nice.
So yeah.
Well, so run me through the timeline again. You grew up on Christmas Island. So you went Christmas Island, back to the mainland, back to Christmas Island.
Yeah.
To where you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, as a kid, like, when did you move from Christmas Island back to the mainland?
What, like the first time?
Yeah, the first time, yeah.
When I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Like
so
2006.
Yep. So then when you were in like the northwest, what were you after there? Everything?
Yeah, pretty much. I just wanted to be bending the whole time. That was my thing. Hey, I didn't care what it was as long as I was bending.
That's pretty fucking cool. Righto, run me through your species. What were you, like? Did you ever lock in any? Like, were you locked in on any species, or you just went fishing for whatever was going on the day?
The old man worked away, so it was just like me most of the time. So I was just like land base. I smashed the trout land base.
Yep.
And also the jetty, just like pinging live bait around on hand lines, chasing barra.
Yep.
Golden trevs, big jacks, things like that on the Broome jetty.
Permit on twisties.
Yeah, a few permit on twisties around the jetty as well.
Chasing golden trevally and you got a permit on twisty.
Yeah. Tuskies as well, also at the back of that jetty.
Big ones?
Yeah, on hermit crabs. That's where I got my 67.
That's a big tusky, man. So what? How did you catch them? How did you get the bait?
So you just like, you catch a trout or whatever for a feed and you take it down to the beach, just like the local beach, and drop it there in the arvo. And then you go back at like 8 o'clock at night and there'll be bulk hermit crabs just sitting all over it and you just pick the size you want.
Yeah,
and
right.
just fill the bucket.
Pull them out of the shell.
Yeah, so then like you just leave them in the shell and then when you go fishing, you just like hold them in the air and they like hang out the shell and you just blow in the shell and they fall out. It's just like a soggy prawn.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and they get chowed.
Love
Proper
it.
chowed, yeah.
True. Yep. So, and what, tuskies on handlines as well? And just...
No, we used to chase tusky. Like off the jetty, if we were fishing on the jetty, we'd chase them on handlines.
Yep.
Just because you have to fish it underneath. But if we're in the boat, we'd lock them up on like a 6,000 Stella or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep. And the perm, was it off the jetty?
Yeah, it was off the end on the leading edge. All the bait used to stack up there with all the goldens and queenies and stuff and just sunk the chromie down and cranked it back and...
Ripped it back?
Yeah, proper fast.
Yeah. Fuck, that's
And,
mad.
Yeah, you smashed it.
Righto. So then, obviously, like, so were you land-based the whole time in Broome?
No, we had 2 boats, but I could only get out on them when Dad was home.
Yeah, right.
So pretty much Dad's week off, I didn't go to school unless the weather was real bad and we just went like camping
Yep.
and fishing, just depending on what the weather did. We smashed the barra in the local creek and
Yep.
up the Fitzroy. Yeah, as long as we were bending, we didn't care.
That's a good attitude.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's a good attitude.
Bending.
Bending, always. Yep. So then when you went back to Christmas, how old were you then?
I was like 14, 15.
14, 15. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So then that's when shit started getting real. Like you started chasing them on artificials. And when did you start all your social media stuff?
The year that I got back to Christmas.
Yeah, okay. So just like your little YouTube clips and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And when I got back to Christmas, it was like I always had fish top water, like
Yep.
for the sales. The barra was always on hard bodies and
Where were the sails? Off Broome?
yeah, Broome and Karratha.
Yep. Off the boat?
Yeah. And
Yep.
little
Casting or?
Yeah, the sails are like gammon up there, eh? They're tiny. They're like, honestly, they're like 5 kilos.
Yeah, really.
You just drive up to them
Micros.
and drop the stick bait on them and they eat it.
Yeah, righto.
But yeah, so I've always fished top water, but when I got to Christmas, I was like, the top water bug just grabbed me and bit me hard, hey?
Yep. Yep. You used to do a little bit of jigging, eh? But not heaps.
Yeah, I didn't really do much in Broome, like for reds and stuff, but more just like when we were doing that, we just go on a meat mission, drop a big hunk of squid.
Yep. Get a feed.
Yeah.
Yep. So then on Christmas you were chasing what on top water?
Everything really, mostly G's, but because it's so deep, so quick, you get the yellowfin, doggies, wahoo, all in the same area. So
Yep.
G's with the target, but heaps of bycatch.
Yep. Not bad bycatch either.
Yeah.
Yep. So the island's like basically it's volcanic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's goes from 0 to a fucking 100 in a very short space of time.
Yeah. There's some spots like 1 meter out, it's 100 meters deep.
Really?
Yeah.
Just straight off like cliff faces and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, right.
That's awesome, mate. That's
That's-
amazing.
That's ridiculous.
Proper deep.
Yep. So and like a lot of your videos, you're fishing really close to shore and smacking at
Yeah.
big fish and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So what's your PBs on the island? I'll go there first. Trophy fish like GT, wahoo, dogtooth, yellowfin.
Wahoo's probably like 35.
Yep.
Doggies, not weighed, but the bit that I landed was like 85, and the last quarter of of it was gone from sharks. So close
that's
to 100.
massive.
That's
Yeah.
over 100.
Yeah.
Or what?
The two fish I remember from early days when I first met you was like the sailfish on popper.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool. And then there was another one we used. I was telling you about the other day, that photo that we used to use for the cast website on the front
the dog.
slider.
Yeah.
Massive dogtooth tuna. And you look like you're about fucking 8 years old, man.
I probably was.
Still looks like he's 8 years old.
It's
Looks like,
crazy,
maybe
eh?
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
You've done some cool shit, man. You've been, like, obviously you get after it and blessed to be in, like, that kind of location.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like, that's what I first noticed your content. Like, I can't remember. I think maybe you might have had like 200 or 300 followers on Instagram, I think. I started following you. And, yeah, fuck, it was just blowing me away. Everything that I saw you post.
Yeah.
And then, can't remember. Did I message you and ask for your old man's phone number?
Yeah, and then you called my old boy.
That's right. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Because I just thought, like, when I was watching your content, that just the way you fished and there was no rubbish, you could just tell you loved it.
Yeah.
And I kind of, like, just reminded me of, like, so many of my friends at that age and myself as well, like, just fucking
Yeah,
frothing
after
Yeah.
fishing. And
Yep.
doing it all the time just because you love it. And I thought, yeah, I'd love to get this kid involved in cast. And then when I spoke to you, it was just like, yeah, he's one of us for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
crazy, eh? 5 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
finally.
so but that pretty much as soon as you moved to, by the way, I'll touch on that. These Mick and Flynn haven't been talking for 5 years,
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
mates for like 5 years.
and been trying to line up a trip, and then met officially, like hand to hand, on this trip that we're
Yeah,
on right
3
now.
days ago, 2
Yeah,
days
Yeah,
ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and picked like we're all three of us are getting around like we've known each other for fucking 10 years. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's legit.
And I'm a massive disappointment to him.
Yeah, he said that. How did you know that? I didn't tell you. I
could tell, man, by
I
the
didn't have
look
the
on
heart
his
to tell
face.
you, man.
Catching queenies that look like permits and shit.
Yeah. He's off you. He's
He's
proper
big
off you.
time off. Wow.
Yeah, sick. So then you locked in your local basically because you were there for a fair few years.
Yeah.
You were fishing out of your old man's 5.5 metre boat, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got stale of all that awesome shit.
Yeah, it sounds pretty spoiled, but I don't know, catching yellowfin and wahoo every day, there's same shit, different day sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, then I finished school obviously and started looking elsewhere, and
Yep.
my whole life I've wanted to be a guide, fishing guide, and had a few people coming up on holidays and whatnot and wanted to come out for a fish and take them out and put them on like what they would class as a fish of a lifetime, and it's the best feeling ever, just like seeing someone
Yeah, it is good.
buckled on a proper one and they're frothing on it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, awesome.
yeah.
So you at the moment you've got a huge social following.
Yeah.
Was that intended? Like, were you after that, or were you
To
just
be honest,
sharing your love of fishing and sharing your vids and stuff, or was it both?
Yeah, I just like did it for shits and giggles, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to blow up and
Yep.
everyone was going to start following and stuff. I didn't intend to get like sponsors and all that. Like, that's not what I was about. Just
Yep.
showing the world that there's more to snapper and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That'll work, man.
Yeah.
So who are the guys that support you, like either sponsors or guys that just look after you with gear and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I don't have any official sponsors.
Just guys that look after you,
Yeah.
which is cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Cast is the main one. Mick's been by my side from day dot.
Yep.
And then like there's heaps of lures and black ledge lures, siren lures, Amagari, Ando from ASWB, all those boys. They have all helped me out from day dot, which is
All the big
awesome.
top water mob.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good. They can they help you along too.
yeah,
The Amagari relationship's an interesting one. It led to a fucking amazing trip last year for you.
Yeah, that was sick, chasing topwater bluefin. To be
Tell us
honest,
about that trip,
Yeah,
because me and Benny went over, obviously, around about the same time.
yeah, there was like
So we were on the opposite side of the Atlantic
Yeah.
to you. And you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
we got sort of skunked, obviously, but you guys had a pretty good trip in the end, but it took a lot of time to find the fish, didn't it?
Yeah, so we went over and fished in Spain with the Amagari boys, and the week before we were there, they were catching like the average fish was like 140 kilos, and they were jamming like 2-3 fish a day,
Yeah.
just going out like after work, not full fishing them.
Yeah.
And so we thought it was like it was on sort of thing. And we got there and they said, oh, the fish have disappeared. But we went out for 2 days fishing there
Yeah.
and could not find a soul. There was
Yeah.
nothing out there.
Yeah.
Well, they were there, but they just weren't on top. We could see them on the sounder and
Yeah.
everything, but we didn't want to jig for them.
That was a similar thing that happened to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all there. Like,
Yeah.
it was full from...
Just no top water activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the reason we went to where we did, to Bermeo, we wanted to fish the first tuna tagging program. So we stayed there, and the day before the comp, Orcat said, like, there's not going to be fish, so there's no point in just driving around the ocean wasting time. I'm going to stay here because they were sponsors of the first one, so they got to show their faces.
Yeah.
But you and Pablo go to France and there's bulk fish down there. So me and Pablo drove through the night down there, and Dad went out with Orcats. Just they thought that they were just going to go driving around just to say that they were in it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I got to France and I turned my data on just to see if I got any messages, and Dad texted me, just landed a 174.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So we drove all that
174 kilos.
centimeters, so it's like 80
centimeters.
kilos.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
So we drove all that way away from the fish. But then when we got out, there was fish everywhere. But they were feeding on like tiny anchovies.
Yeah.
And we're casting like 100 mil lures on P6, and like it hits the water and the whole school's gone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was hectic. We had a white marlin come up and try and eat the popper,
Yeah.
but just too shy.
And what were the size of the fish that were like feeding on surface?
So the one that Dad got was like an average one for that school.
Yeah.
Where I was, the average was like 30 to 50 was a good one.
Yep.
So we fished there for 2 days.
When you say 30 to 50, you mean kilos?
Kilo,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep, yep. So not monsters.
Nah, they were just little, like we were
Yep.
chasing them on P3, P6 max.
Yep. Gotcha.
And so we fished there for 2 days, and those fish just barred us for 2 days. And then we went back to Spain, and we had one night there, and then Orcat said we're going to the other side of France. So we drove through, like left at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and got there at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Drove the whole night, freezing our asses off. It was like 4 degrees.
Yeah.
And we went out, and the same sort of thing happened. They were jamming hundreds, like one after the other.
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
got there, and they were just like,
Gone.
we drove around the whole day and didn't even see a bird, nothing.
Fuck.
Just behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
That reminds me so much of us in America at
Yeah.
the same time.
We drove around the whole day and nothing. And then Martin, the skipper, he said, all right, we'll do one more lap and then we'll go in. And we drove for like 5 minutes, and then he just put the boat in neutral and just started screaming. And we're like, what? And then he goes, look at that. And we look up, and they're just like barrels just chowing.
Fuck.
Absolutely chowing. Every
Yeah.
bird in the whole world was
Yeah,
cartwheeling in there.
Yeah.
And we pulled up, Martin cast, hooks up instantly, another fish swam through his line, popped him off. And then Orcat's cast and like skipping his stick bait across the surface, and the fish missed it like 3 or 4 times and then ate it boat side,
Yeah.
started screaming off. And then the hooks pulled and got the fish in the tail. So it was backwards.
Wow.
It was like 100 kilo fish, 90 kilo fish.
Yeah.
And we had it in the boat within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just drowned it because
Yeah.
lock drag and
Yeah.
then all I was thinking, I was just thinking, this is fucking sick, but I want to be on one.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then so we went back to the school, and we got back to the school and put my lure in there, and they all fucked off.
Fuck.
Oh man.
And then so we had to go in, and we were only planned to fish it we planned to fish it 2 days. And so the next day we went out, we found them straight away. And first couple of schools, they were just like not feeding too hard. And then I eventually got an eat, and I fought it for 55 minutes. It was a proper one. Fought it for 55 minutes, had it like pretty much boat side, like 10 meters away on the surface.
Yep.
People were reaching for the leader, and then it go for another run, come back, and then it pulled the hooks 10 meters from the boat.
Yeah.
And
man.
I was like shattered after that.
Yeah.
And then Martin goes, oh, there's another school, get up the front. So I got up the front like 2 minutes later and put a cast in, got another eat from like a 80, 90 kilo fish, and fought it for 35 minutes. And got it boat side, all cats grabbed the leader, and because we were in an inflatable boat, we couldn't lip gaff it. We had to use these massive boga rips like a metre long, and they're trying to get the bogas in it, and the fish swallowed the popper, and it's shaking its head, and then it just wore through 200-pound leader.
Fuck.
And I was like, these things are impossible.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Crazy.
And that was our last day.
Yep.
Fishing like where they were. And then when we got back that night and we were about to leave, one of Martin's friends goes like, I'll take you out tomorrow. And we literally just met this guy, and he's like, and we're like, all right, but we don't know where to stay. Like, we got nowhere to stay. And he goes, you can sleep at my house. So we roll up, we went and had a feed, roll up to this guy's house. He's not even home. His missus answered the door.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, how you going? And she goes, oh, yeah, what do you want? And we're like, we're staying here.
Oh, shit.
It was awkward as, and like, he came home and he was drunk as. It was just like the most awkward thing ever.
Oh, man. That's
and then
weird.
We got out on the boat the next morning, and he had never chased bluefin before.
Oh,
And we were like, what the hell?
fucking hell.
And so we drove around, and there was fucking nothing again.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then we finally found a school, and first cast of the day, hooked up and went hard on it for like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and got it in. And we had a tag. It was the last day of the season, so we could take a fish.
Yep.
So we put the lip gaff in it, and it completely carked it, swallowed the popper. So we landed that one. That was like 100-something kilos. And then Orcats was up. We sort of like both cast on each school, but he cast first. And he cast short because he didn't want to catch one.
Oh, fuck.
And then so I cast and hooked up again, and it like swam through the school. And so there's like barrels carving left and right, and it swam through the school and swam through the line and cut me off. And I was like, what? And but yeah, then the whole day we landed like 4, 2 each, and lost like 5 or so to other fish swimming through the line because there's so many.
Yeah.
A random dude that's never chased bluefin before.
Yeah.
That's mad.
In the most like
on the death
sketchy boat ever.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
You gotta stop talking to Mick, man, on the death shit.
It always happens, eh?
Yeah, you're bad for it.
Hopefully it happens tomorrow.
Hope so, man. Tomorrow is the death.
Fuck me. We've seen some cool shit, but yeah.
Tomorrow's the death.
Tomorrow's the day. Hopefully.
So it seems like you got a bit of a tuna bug, man, because you've been to Oman too, eh? Chasing yellowfin on top.
Yeah, I chased yellowfin on top before chasing G's.
You were chasing G's in Oman. You went with Real Therapy though, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I went with them for 3 days, and then down to no boundaries.
Yeah, okay, yep.
But yeah, the yellowfin fisheries over there is like next level. We probably landed 60, 70 fish.
Do they release?
Nah, they kill everything.
Everything?
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
But they sell it all. That's like extra coin for them.
Yep.
And bulk dolphin fish, like a leaf floating in the ocean, there's like 30 dolphin fish sitting on it. You get sick of them, man.
That like Omani coast, Saudi Arabia coast is just rich as like almost untapped.
Yeah.
What's the go with the Oman coast? Like everything's just huge there.
I've actually been thinking about it, and the only thing we can come up with is they got no sharks.
No sharks.
No.
Why?
Well, they've got sharks, but they don't eat the fish.
Why?
Like, don't know.
Don't know what. If anyone is listening to this, get at me. Why there's no sharks in fucking Oman?
There's sharks, so they just don't eat the fish. Like, you don't.
As in like bronzies and stuff, or
Yeah.
they're there but they don't eat them.
Yeah, like you don't. You know how if you chuck a bait out here, there's sharks all over it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no sharks over there.
Yeah, someone's got to get back to me about that. That's mad. I'm moving to Oman.
Like, there's over here, you don't get G's eaten often, but like it can happen. But over there, like, they've got no shark population, so there's no sharks to take out the smaller G's. So everything just gets big.
Big.
Yep. Big queenies, big parrots,
Everything's
big G's, big tuna. Yeah, right. So you went there chasing G's.
Yeah, went there
sort of-
chasing G's and fish yellowfin first.
Yeah, so fish yellowfin sort of just as a side thing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I suppose because you smash them off your local, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chasing G's, why G's there?
They're the biggest G's in the world.
Yep.
Well, it's the biggest consistent G's in the world.
Yep.
For like big fish.
Yep. So run me through that.
Yeah, so we fished for 8 days, I think it was. And we had a really good trip, actually. Like, over there you go and you expect one eat for the whole trip, and it's a monster. But we landed like 8 or so fish,
Yep.
our boat, for the week.
So what are you popping? Are you popping like pressure ledges, reef, or what is it?
They don't really, it's more just like an area. They just do like 4 drifts or so over a zone. Not really, there's not much current there.
Yeah, right. It says there's just like 60 kilo G's just jimmying around.
Yeah, you just like pull up to a big bommy and drift it 4 times, next spot. Shallow reef, drift it 4 times, next spot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. So you were getting 8 a day, you said?
8, we got 8 for the trip.
Oh, for the trip, yeah.
Yeah, with the smallest being 35
Yep.
and the biggest 58.
Yeah, shit. 35 is a good G on any man's scale.
Yeah.
Now, what's a 57 feel like?
Oh,
Because Buster, if you ask Buster, you're huffing and puffing and kicking and spitting, snapping rods and shit.
Yeah. Screaming and...
Screaming, going off your dial. Which is all good.
Yeah.
But what's it feel like from your point of view? Because you're at like 45 kilos, basically.
Yeah, well, to be honest, when it ate, I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah.
When it ate, I thought it was like a 20 kilo fish because it didn't make a big explosion or anything. It just sucked it off the top.
Slurped it, yeah.
I just saw its head.
Yeah.
And like I set the hooks like I normally do. And then Mo, send that thing. And then Mo started screaming at me that that's a 60. And then I was like, well, I need to rip this thing's head off. So I like cranked 2 more turns of drag and like sent it even more. And that thing did not stop, hey?
Like still strip drag on a lock, 18,000?
Yeah, fully locked, palming the spool, squatting into it sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
They drive it off?
yeah, they reversed off it, but it didn't stop at all. Like, I was squeezing that spool as hard as I could.
Yeah.
And like once, because you're so far away from the fish, because they take a lot of line over there, you're so far away from it, it's all right. But as soon as they got under the boat, like, that's when it got hard, like no gimbal, nothing.
Yeah.
But then once I got colour, I was like, that fish is mine.
Yeah.
So that was sick. And then next drift, I think it was, next drift or 2 drifts later, Daniel, another guy that was with us, like, big fish came up on my stick bait like 5 meters from the boat, and he was going to cast, and he like flicks his lure over and it just lands like 30 centimeters from the boat sort of thing, just like drops it in the water, and it comes from underneath the boat and just bops
That's awesome.
him.
Whoa.
Proper one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then, because you did the tuna first, didn't you? Then you went to Oman. Was the other way around?
Yeah, they're both in Oman.
Before we
I mean,
go on,
like
can we talk about Flynn's fucking hook setting?
Yeah, actually. Fucking.
This has got to be the steeziest hook setting in the game.
It's full of swag, man.
It's fucking dripping with swag.
No gloves, no gimbal, and feed the fucking
It's
things.
the coolest shit ever.
It's so
probably
good.
my favourite thing to watch on Instagram.
Yep. I
Feeding
love it.
hooks to fucking fish. This young dude.
Yeah. That when you put that what song is it? You were jigging. I'm pretty sure it was Jobby.
I think I know the one.
Yeah, that song that was like with your hook set.
Yeah.
It was like that, like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Fully feeding it. I know exactly. Like I got it on my phone. I downloaded it from that actual video.
I think that's my favourite bit about the eat is just
slam
feeding
him.
that.
Yeah.
Let him know he's done.
Yeah.
Put his head in the dirt.
he was saying today about he fished at Cocos, which we'll talk about in a second. We were talking about how we couldn't get a fucking fish here to stop the last few days. And he was like, I wish I could remember. He said, I'm going to take a wrap. So we're fishing on fly. So wrap like 60, he's gone 60 pound leader straight to the fly.
We'll set it up first. The first cast we made on this trip, Tusky fucking demolished me on 20 pound leader and fucking fed me.
Yep.
And then now Flynn's like, nah, fuck that. I'm going 60 pounds straight through, taking a wrap. I go, what?
Yep.
Fucking ram his head in the dirt.
And I was like, what do you mean ram his head in the dirt? And it reckons in Cocos, you turn you hook a bone, you turn the rod upside down in the water, facing backwards, and it buries their head in the dirt.
Yeah, they're just like if they're swimming away, you flip your rod upside down so like the bend is facing down, and the line angle just puts their head in the dirt.
I'm gonna fucking feed it and put its head in the dirt. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
It worked though.
Yeah, it did work. It worked. I reckon it would work.
Yeah, it would.
With a Tusky for sure. Except he'd probably want to go where you were trying to feed him to.
Yeah.
He'd be looking for a hole. I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, if you want to catch Flynn's hook sets and you see what I mean, jump on his Insta and check them. Fully feeding them. Cocos, man. So when was that? That wasn't far long ago, eh? Your last trip anyway.
Yeah, last trip was last year sometime, like end of last year. November, maybe?
Yep.
And it was actually Dad's work trip. They had a work trip, and I did some work for him for like 2 months before that.
Yep.
So I was just like, I'm coming as well.
Yeah, nice.
It basically just turned into a fishing trip. But yeah, it's like not a lot of people have heard about it, but it's a big bone capital.
Yeah, and lots of bones and big ones, eh?
Yeah, a lot of bones. And you can catch them on anything, really.
Yep.
Plenty of people have caught them on twisties in the shallows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Filthy conventional tackle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you went there. So you just went there because there was an opportunity to go, so you went?
Yeah, and
I've
always loved the fluff, and that's we can't fish it on Christmas. There's no flats. There's windy as all hell.
Yep.
But Cocos has got bulk flats, bulk species, and it's not that pressured.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went there, and first morning I'd caught bones before, but not on fly. Didn't know what they looked like tailing or anything. Walked out onto the beach, and a tail popped up 5 meters in front of me, and I was like, is that a bone? So I put the fly in. I tried to go in front of it, but it landed on it, and it spooked and started going towards the shore break. And I just watching it go, and there was 200 tails on the shore break. And I was like, that's where I need to be. So I just charged out there, spooked every fucking fish on the flat getting out there. I was just like, I need to be there. And I walked out there, and there's a school of 200 or so, and 5 or 6 peeled off and started feeding straight towards me. And I put my fly in front. I didn't even know that they were bones at this stage.
Yeah.
I just knew they were tailing fish, so they had to eat.
Yep.
And I put my fly in front of it, and they just started like 2 of them peeled off from the 6 or so, and started like weaving back and forth over my fly. And my leader got inside my rod tip, and then I just stopped it and realized they were bones, and watched the fly disappear and set that hook proper.
Yeah.
And
feed it.
yeah,
Doesn't matter what rod, what styles, man. Just feed
it.
even the squid,
Yeah, bury them bury them in the dirt.
Yeah. That was the call, eh? I think, did I hook the first squid?
Yep.
Yeah.
You go, set the hooks. It's a squidgy, man. Sweet. Nah, feed him.
Feed it. Fucking. Yep. So, and you banged a few bones that trip, obviously.
Yeah, we got 6 bones.
Yep.
They've got big bones there too. I got one that was 80, which is...
They got
Comes
ones
on.
over a metre there, eh?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest that I've heard of is 97, but it wasn't caught on fly.
Yep.
But the
a good
biggest
bone,
on fly is 87.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's a big fish.
that's a big
Real
fish,
thick,
man.
eh?
Yeah, proper
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they peel. I was only fishing on an 8 weight and
Yeah.
hooked the big one, and we were all like celebrating and stuff, like talking about it, not really thinking about landing the fish. And then I
Yeah.
looked at my reel, I had like 10 meters left of backing.
Fuck.
Had to go high stepping across the surf.
Yeah, proper.
That's awesome.
Fuck. Wait, we're gonna have to move here in a minute.
No, I think it's high tide right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already shifted up. So the tides are building. We've already shifted up the beach.
Yeah.
There was lapping the fire last night, and it's almost lapping the fire again. Yeah,
Pretty good
so
zone though, eh?
It's epic,
Oh.
man.
Eh?
Epic. We're gonna have to do episode 2 of this.
Special, man.
Finish Flynn's and then start a new one and start
Maybe.
chatting about this. I reckon. Oh, you're gonna go to bed?
Nah. Why don't we? What else are we going to talk about with Flynn? What other cool shit have you done, man?
Everything,
Heaps
man.
of stuff.
Everything.
What?
Jesus. I wanted to see like what got you into fly fishing. How? I wanted to know.
That also started in Broome.
Yep.
I don't know what got me into it. I was just like, that looks cool.
It was a thing.
I want to
Yeah.
try it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll rate that.
And plus, like, I was just throwing plastics and top water and stuff, and banging trout off the rocks is like easy as I wanted to
Yeah.
take it the next step, sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
so I bought a fly rod and all the stuff, and then all the tying stuff, and
Yeah.
got proper addicted.
Yeah, not wrong.
How
Yeah.
old were you then?
I was probably 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I moved to Christmas, and I couldn't fly fish because there was nothing there.
Yeah.
So then I was like proper itching, and then when that Coca strip came up, I was like, I need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And just for the record, we're tearing around here, and he's like least effort, eh? Watched him cast.
Tighter sloops.
Yeah. Super tight loops, doing 50-foot casts without even trying. Yeah, and can punch them into the wind too.
Put the head in the dirt.
Put their head in the dirt. Yep. And I'm here fucking pulling loops off my foot.
And latches and
Oh, fucking
knobs
everything.
and
That
fucking
ram mount's got to
feet.
go. That ram mount knuckle, man.
Hey man, I haven't been caught on it yet.
I have been every time.
Every time.
So's Flynn though.
There's a lesson in that, eh? Take one step further to the right and you'll be
Yeah,
sweet.
it is the problem. But then, like,
Isn't it weird? Like, you feel like to get a shot on a fish, you have to be on the very fucking furthest the tip of the boat. Like,
Oi, man.
basically with your heels over
With
the
my fly
fucking bow of the
fishing, with my
boat.
fly fishing, man, an extra foot counts. All right?
Just get a foot closer with the Minn Kota or jump out and wade.
There's no
man.
time because she's all yelling at me.
Bullshit.
lay it. I haven't even got enough line out yet. Fuck.
Fucking hell. It's fun though, eh?
It's good fun,
It's
man.
so much
Fucking
fun.
good.
I wanted to do fly fishing for ages, like probably since my early 20s. And then, because I'm like pretty addictive personality, I sort of almost avoided it because I was spending too much money on everything else and working, not enough time and that sort of thing. And then I ended up getting the opportunity to do it a little bit with Fez in the early, like a few years ago, like
Yep.
3-4 years ago. and I was like, yeah, fuck it. I actually really, really like this because I was interested in going down the bow hunting route.
Yeah.
And then like just spending more time on the flats. I was just like, nah, this is bow hunting for me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's good. I love it.
Addictive, eh?
It's pretty much my favourite type of fishing ever. Yeah. I love it.
So, man, where are you at now? So you finished school.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, you're 19 now?
18.
18
Yeah.
now. 18 now. So then you finish school and you're on Christmas. Then what's the go?
So I finished school, and then, as I said before, all I wanted to do was guide. And we went to Oman the year before, or that year actually.
Yep.
And I spoke to Ed, and he was keen, and I was keen to go over there. So, because like biggest G's in the world, why wouldn't you want to be there?
Yeah. Love GTs, eh?
Yeah. And so like we sorted to go all over there, and I was looking at flights and dates and stuff to go over. And then he said, "Oh, you just got to get a working visa." So I looked at the thing, and the first question was, "Are you 21?" So that was out the window straight away. And then I got in touch with Nick from East Coast Angling, and everyone I spoke to was all over his stuff. So
yep. Reputable, yep.
Yeah, so from the day that I first ever messaged him to the day that I arrived in Port Douglas was 3 weeks. Exactly. So it happened super quick.
So I went bang.
Yeah.
Bugged out. Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
He's got such a good reputation too.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't follow charter companies.
I only spoke to him for the very first time a couple of weeks ago because it was sort of potentially lining up some filming stuff. But I've known about him for years.
Yeah, right.
Did he have something to do with Nomad originally or something?
Yeah, in the very early days.
Early days,
yeah.
and then he peeled away and did his own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always been like, anytime his name's ever come up, it's always been like people have like a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
And the way he does things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have found a better person to, from what I know of him, to jump in underneath, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know all about it, and then until I seen your post on it. So then I looked into it and I was like, holy shit, this is a legit business.
Yeah.
Yep. There's not many sports fishing charters around Australia that just do artificials too. Like just popping, just jigging.
Yeah.
Or top water and jigging. There's not heaps. Oh, not that I know of.
Oh, it suits you.
Yeah, 100%, man.
It's perfect for you.
Yeah.
You run your own boat, eh?
Yeah, well, I've got two that I run, and then when Nick's away, I run the big one as well.
Yep.
But
So it's just you and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Out of where? Port Douglas?
Out of Port Douglas, and then there's a few other boys that come over that guide in the vessels.
Yep.
They come over for the mothership season.
Yeah, righto.
For
the outer reef stuff.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's me and him for Port Douglas and Cooktown seasons.
Yep. Sick. And you've been doing that for what, 6 months?
Yeah.
Like it?
Loving it.
Loving it.
Proper loving it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely suits you, man.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
You know what else will suit him? A fucking photo with a big tusky tomorrow.
Yeah, big blue
That'll
blob.
fucking suit him.
Them big golden locks whispering in the wind.
Oh, man. How many shots have you had? Couple? Two? On feeding tuskies this trip?
Well, I had two, that one the first day and that one today that wanted to eat.
That's right, yeah. Just ran out of room on it, eh?
Yeah.
They're a cool fish, eh?
Fucking ridiculous, man.
Unbelievable.
Wow, I'm chasing those things flat out. Fuck, jeez.
Man.
Fuck, jeez.
It's been 3 years since I've had a chance to actually properly just focus and chase them and not hold a camera, and like, it doesn't take long to realise why you miss them so much.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, fucking
Unbelievable. And just doing the exploration too, like finding new zones and just putting pieces to the puzzle together.
Proper.
I love that shit.
Fucking oath.
It's been a good couple of days.
Definitely. I reckon I'm going to change some batteries. And we're going to, I've got to change some batteries. And I need a piddle. And then we'll pick up where we left off. Back on part 2 of, well, I don't even know what part it is.
The Prodigy.
Da Prodigy. Yeah, so with last chat, we we're just going through with Flynn's timeline and all the awesome shit he's done. Man, this fire's going to go out in a second. These waves are lapping at it.
We've got about 10 minutes till change of tide.
10 minutes till change of tide.
I reckon we're right.
Righto. I like your optimism. Yeah, so we're going through Flynn's timeline and all the awesome shit he's done. He's only 18 and he's ticked off a lot of bucket list fish, done a lot of cool shit, travelled to a lot of places and locked in his sort of life goals from a very young age. So it's pretty awesome and pretty inspiring. If you're not on his socials, get on him at Saltwater Prodigy on Insta. All the links to his YouTube and everything else is on there. Get a hold of it. And it'll get you, fully pumped up.
World's at your feet, man.
Yeah, proper, man.
It really is.
You can do anything you want. It's insane. It's insane to find someone who's found that, like, what would you call it? Like, found that
Froth.
Yeah, perfect. That's pretty much
found
it.
The froth.
Found the froth. Found the froth from such a young age. Thanks very much for your time, man. But I'll keep you on. We'll all stay on and we'll start chatting about this fucking unreal trip that we're on right now. Currently sitting with the fire about to go out from the high tide.
It's not about to go out, man. The tide is done.
Nah,
there's 5 minutes left.
It's on its way out now.
Yeah, it probably is. You're panicking for no reason.
I'm not you're a panic merchant.
Mate, you've been panicking for 2 days. Every fucking shot you're taking on fly.
Because everyone's gone,
cooking it.
Lay it. More line, not enough line. Shit cut.
Shit cut. Pick it up, put it down.
Fucking hell.
He's eating it. No, he fucking hasn't. Yes, he fucking has.
Yeah, it's all happening.
It's been pretty exciting though, boys.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been
hectic.
It's been really good. So, I don't think I've run through the actual what we've done. So I flew a red eye. It was sort of.
We've been talking about this trip for months.
Yeah, long time.
Months.
We've been chatting about it for ages.
Yep. And then we locked in some dates, and then just for some reason, I don't know why, it just popped into my head. I went, I'm going to see if fucking Flynn's available.
Yep.
Let's go do this. Because we've been talking, me and Flynn have been talking about doing some cool shit ever since he moved to Queensland. We were like, fuck yes, it's no longer a $10,000 exercise for me to get to fucking Christmas Island and do some shit together. So now it's like, okay, cool. And then, first opportunity. Want to come and chase fish on the flats? Fuck yeah was the answer. When are we bending?
Yeah. When are we bending? Love it.
Yeah. It's been a good few days so far, boys.
Yeah. It's been hell good. So yeah, we Mick and I have been chatting about it for ages. We locked in dates. It wasn't last minute. It was maybe a month advance? 2 months in advance?
Yeah, 2 months. It's weather pending. Always weather pending.
Weather pending. And then we ended up getting kissed on the deck, had glass off days pretty much. It was a little bit lumpy today and then blew up in the afternoon, but the 2 days before have been jelly, which sort of been to our detriment really.
Oh, in one particular area it was pretty shitty. Yeah, it was kind of just it was so still that any movement whatsoever was spooking any fish.
Line casting and shadows and stuff.
Yeah. But we come here with Tuskies in mind, big queenies,
fake permit,
GTs,
everything.
You know, just whatever. A general flats mission.
Yep. So I'm
exploring some new areas as well as some familiar areas as well.
Yeah.
But it's been so long for me to have like 3 or 4 days away on the flats without any camera gear, even though I brought a little bit, without any like pressure to bring camera gear. So it's just been nice sitting back, exploring, watching what's unfolding on the flats and having a laugh. It's been fucking good.
So it's fucking been awesome. So I flew in from Darwin on the red eye, landed, had basically 2.5, 3 hours sleep on the plane, landed in Brisbane, got picked up by my mates, Jimmy around for the day, did a bit of running around for Mick to get ready, got to mix it early. I was on time. Hey.
You were on fucking your own time, mate.
Nah, man.
You were fucking half an hour late.
He said mix at 2:30. and I'm going on my watch, which is half an hour earlier because it's NT. So I was there at 2:30.
You're on your own time, mate.
And
You're fucking
that.
late.
And that.
And all that.
And all of that. Anyway, we left. I don't even know what
We
time it
fucking sent it all night.
Yeah, so we left.
You slept the first few hours, then we swapped over.
Yeah.
I slept, and then
I rolled into the spot. Yeah, early hours in the morning.
Yep.
Still dark. Had what? Couple of hours camp.
yep, swags out,
Yep.
and then boat in. Away we go.
Yep. And send.
And send.
And send. Yeah. Flynn rolled in. We could hear his mad, souped up Hilux tearing down the road. Rolled in, biggest cheesy grin on his face. We were still wiping the shit out of our eyes with that fucking tide.
Yeah.
Rolled in, proper pump ups. And then
Hey boys,
yeah,
when are we bending?
yeah. I'll go back. So I landed in Brisbane at 5 a.m. and it was still dark. Turned my phone on to the chat we've had going for this trip. And Flynn's taking photos of him on the road, pitch black, daylight, like early morning, that morning, sending down from Port Douglas. It was pretty cool.
You arrived like 8 hours earlier than you thought you would, eh?
Yeah, well, what time we were actually meant to meet? 9 o'clock, right?
Something like that, yeah.
9 o'clock.
Oh, see, I didn't know any of this. All I know is what time I had to be
we
at
were
Mix.
meant to be at the ramp at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was fucking there at 6 o'clock the night before.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. And it's true though, like when you see the weather so good, I was looking for every excuse to get away from home as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So that we could make it and just get another session on the flats, you know?
Yep.
So we ended up just pushing it hard as fuck and then getting there and then getting the boat in. And it worked out for us.
It worked out good,
got us a good extra day on the flats, which was fucking cool as.
Yeah, so we run into Powelly, which I've done a recording with him as well.
Yeah.
He bought his boat out here doing his own thing. And yeah, caught up with him at camp, had a few beers, and it was really good to meet him as well. So we loaded up, met Flynn, loaded up. I caught a mud crab fucking tearing around the road. What were we doing there? I think we're going to the survey to get ice.
Yeah, we're going to the dam.
Yeah, we're going to the dam to wash a bit of skunk out of the boat, and and then walked out. We went for a drive to get some ice. To go to the dam, sorry. And then there's this fucking great mud crab on the road. You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it. I went, is that a fucking mud crab? Nah, it's not a mud crab. It's like a plastic bag or something. It's a fucking mud crab, mate.
Yeah.
Get out and get it.
Easy esquiable mud crab.
Easy.
Yep.
It was a girl, though.
Yeah, but not an NT, it's not.
Win on the NT, brother.
That, man. I am.
Yeah, you are. NT time, keeping female crabs. What else do you do?
We run a good
Piss
shop
on
there,
the
man.
Water?
Yeah, or you're like too uptight, you have a beer on the water. I'm actually a Queenslander. I've only been to NT 5 years.
Yeah. Long enough, man.
Yeah, it's definitely influenced me. Yeah, so we wrestled that mud crab for a bit, cooked it up, and then... Nah, actually, that's a lie. Leave me alone, fisheries. Put the boat in and sent to the spot. Unloaded a heap. No, we didn't. We fished all day first with all the shit in the boat.
Yeah, tide too low to get in.
Yeah, tide was too low to get to where we wanted to go to camp. And then, it wasn't actually that bad.
It was good, mate.
The floor was full.
Yeah, it was just like one whole boat casting platform.
Yeah, pretty much. The cast deck was still clear. So we went straight to a known spot, rolled in there, and we were talking, because Mick's been talking it up.
Yeah,
Mick's been
talking it up.
He was, big pump ups, man. And I'm like, fucking hell,
Confident.
really? No, I wasn't off it.
No, I said I was confident.
Oh, I thought you said you were off it.
Nah, I was confident.
Yeah, I was off it. No, I wasn't
Very
off
confident.
it. I wasn't off it. Yeah, like he was big pump ups. And yeah, so he rolled in, and then why am I telling this story anyway?
I don't know, because you're a good narrator.
No, I'm not.
Do you want me to take over the story?
No, I'm going now.
Right,
I'm on the roll.
Keep rolling.
I'll roll a bit. So yeah, you can take us through the bit where you fucking got
Well, I
fingered.
fucked up.
Where you got fingered. No, not fingered. Where you got fingered. Not fucked
Yeah,
up.
I love
fingered.
getting fingered.
Yeah, proper fingered. Yeah. Jesus. So we rolled in, literally dropped the electric, drove 100 metres on the... Not even that.
Not even that.
And Mick goes, oh, there's one.
It was about 20 metres.
Yeah, it wasn't even... Yeah, it was that. Yeah. We're like, oh, there's one. Oh, tuskfish we're talking about, by the way.
Yep.
So Black Spot Tuskfish. So drove in. Oh, there's one. Shit. We're like, yeah, fuck, righto. 10 minutes into the day. Rolled. You had first shot, eh?
Yeah, you
Yep.
boys are lucky. Like you basically said, fuck, since you take us on the trip, Mick, supplying everything and such a good fella, you can have the first shot. I was like, okay.
Not
thanks.
quite in
I
those
appreciate
words,
it.
but yeah.
Oh, I thought that's how it went.
Yeah, no, I was like, fuck, man, give this bloke a shot because
He's
he'll be
whinging all the time,
whinging and
being on
having
the
a
camera.
sook, and then he won't fucking want to fish, and then we'll have to take him back to camp.
Yeah.
Just letting him have the first shot, man. It's just easier.
Anyway, I showed you how it was done, though.
You did,
for the first
man.
half.
You did.
Of it.
So you did too.
Flynn seen the fish. You
Yeah.
saw the fish first,
Yeah.
hey?
So Flynn's
Yeah.
got eyes like a fucking hawk.
And I think his words were, "There's one. It's a fucking tank."
It's a fucking tank, bro.
Yeah, it was a big one, mate.
Yeah.
Proper one.
Flynn's
Good
got
fish.
eyes like a fucking hawk and sees
Yeah.
shit from like can make shit appear that doesn't even exist yet. It's legit as, man.
Yeah.
Flynn Vision.
It was definitely a big
It was a
tusky.
big one. It was a big one and hungry in what half a metre of water.
Not even that.
If
His
that,
back
eh?
fin was out of the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like up on this little rocky sort of spit thing.
Yeah.
having a munch, and
He was definitely having a chow, wasn't he?
yeah, everything was in our favour. Had, like no wind, cast was easy. No, I'll go over to you now because it's funny when you tell it.
What do you mean it's funny? Fuck.
Because
Well, Flynn saw the fish. I put one cast. I think I put one cast to it, didn't I?
Yeah, it was first shot.
First shot, and then
Yeah.
All three were
it
first
turned.
shot.
It come straight over, and I was just bumping it. Because the last time I fished for them about 3 years ago, myself and Shannon Kitchener got locked into a zone, and the fish were feeding that aggressively at that stage of the tide that it was almost like you couldn't strip fast enough. And as you were pulling the crab away from them, they would just get more and more aggressive. And then those few years ago, I actually had a couple of eats like towards the rod tip, almost. And so I remember that, and it was an aggressive fish. I gave it a bump, like sort of fed it a bit, and then it kept following the crab. And Flynn's going, stop it. And I'm like, no. I rip it. And I ripped it again a little bit faster, and it just flared up and just absolutely monstered it. And we all just couldn't believe what had happened.
We were like, yeah.
Like the first 2 minutes of the trip, bang, got an eat straight away.
I
Set
was
the hook.
fucking like watching it slide into the net already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
crazy.
had the net, man. I was up on the cast deck with the net.
Oh, it was crazy.
Oh, dead set.
Euphoria. Like,
Yeah, it was next
strip
level.
set, happy days, come tight, and then this little blue tractor just fucking took
Hit
off
second gear. Eh?
towards the boat. So
Yep.
it was like being in the Matrix. Like it
I just did the filthiest.
was
burp.
almost like being in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You get strip set, and then all of a sudden this fish had teleported from where it was to like fucking 30 meters away, all the way towards
Yeah.
the boat, and my fly line was still like looped almost way back where it ate. And then
Yeah.
it just took off across the flat into the backing in like half a second.
Yep.
And before I knew it, it was over. Just like ran around a bommy, full shredded the whole leader. And
Yep.
then basically my heart was thumping through my chest. And I was like, yeah, fuck, how good's this? I
Yep.
can't believe that just happened. Hopefully we're in for a good day.
Yep.
So anyway, we're taking it shot by shot. So that was my shot, one cast, one almost kill, and then back of the line.
Yep.
And then I think you were up next, weren't you?
I was up, yeah.
Yeah.
I was up.
So it was a good start.
Yep.
Morale was high.
It was a real good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, morale was really high.
It was really, yeah, we were like, fuck, these things are like easy. Like they just,
Oh.
you just chuck anything near them and they eat.
Yeah,
We'll get
I
to that.
definitely knew they weren't
Fucking
easy,
wrong we
but
were there
fuck,
later.
that was an awesome start.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So same area, worked through a few bays and a few spits and bits and pieces. Didn't see much. I don't think we spooked any others. I think
We didn't see anything for
Nah.
about another 20 minutes. And then
yeah, we were fucking around with Harry Hot Lips. What are they?
they're like blubber lip.
They're like a
Morwong fucking
Morwong.
something.
Yeah, with like the black stripes on them. I can't remember the names of them. Anyway, they're everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
Flighty as hell.
Yeah, crazy.
There's one guy on Instagram, I can't remember his name, Chris, I think it is, who nails them regularly. And every time I see a photo, I think, fuck, how is he doing that?
Yeah, they're proper.
That's really cool. That's a good
merchants,
achievement,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're running down along this sort of bank, really, really sandy to our right, and then this little sort of rocky ridge on our left, and this, average, small size?
Oh, it was decent.
It was average size
Yeah.
tusky for fly, was up shallow. As soon as I think Flynn saw it again.
Yeah. Who spotted it?
Yeah, Flynn again.
Yeah, fucking Hawkeyes over there.
Dark prodigy. And he spotted it, and I was like, I had boots on, so joggers. So I was like, straight out on the march.
Yeah, fuck. I don't think you could have got out of that boat any quicker.
I just jumped straight out, man. I blew out of there. And fucking, I jumped out that quick. I had the line all through my legs and fucking everything. I was untangling that. Laid the cast pretty much perfect. Twitched, turned straight on it like instantly. And I couldn't strip fast enough again. Mowed it down and pretty much pulled it over the top of a rock. And it tipped. The fish went over the top of the rock, same as I watched the fly sink over the rock. The fish come over the rock, sunk head down, tipped, ate it, set the hook, and then it sort of jimmied around, was like shaking its head and fucking around. And I got a couple of bits of line back, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then all of a sudden it come towards me, seen me, shit bricks, and just fucking hit full throttle the other way, and just fully, I said to myself, I seen Mick get fingered. So I was like, nah, this is not getting an inch off me.
On 20 pound, by the way.
Yeah. So I was like, this is not getting an inch off me. The one fucking critical thing I forgot was I was on a 20 pound tippet, dickhead.
So you basically took a rap, is what you're saying.
Pretty much took a rap. I just held onto the line like fucking hell, trying to stop it, and it took off around the corner. I would if I did let it run, I would have to get around that big rock. I had a massive rock on my left.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No, but it still would have been funny to watch me high step across the turf.
Yeah, of course. It was actually funny because me and Flynn were basically whispering to each other, like while we were watching it, we're going, "It's gonna eat, fuck, it's gonna eat," and then just. It ate.
Ate.
Holy fuck, 2 from 2.
Man.
How good's this?
Nice, clean strips. Everything was right apart from the 20 pound leader factor. And then, grabbed the line. It took off around the corner. Ping, gone.
I hate to break it to you, man.
What?
Even if that was 40 pound or 60 pound, in that country that it was in.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. But it snapped.
Fuck.
The leader snapped in the
Tusky
middle.
fishing, man.
Like it snapped. I think it snapped from me feeding. Well, I don't know. It fucked me anyway.
The speed that those fish fuck off at, all it's got to do is touch a rock and it's over.
Yeah, and they
Especially those rocks, man. They're sharp as hell.
They're like little footballs.
That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's crazy.
Awesome. Yeah, so then that was my shot. This hard.
What else snapped at the end of that?
Yeah, what happened in the aftermath?
Oh yeah, actually,
the fucking blow-ups.
Holy
shit.
I had a little mini blow-up, like
Mini, you call it?
It wasn't that bad.
I've got it on film. People can judge for themselves.
I'll put it up. I honestly, I had no intention of actually trying to break something. I was fucking. I've never ever, honestly, man, I've never ever done that before.
What do you mean you had no intentions of breaking your rod on the very first cast of the trip?
Yeah, it was actually too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so busted off and I went, fuck, slapped my rod on the water. Just thinking just not thinking. And fully snapped a foot off the tip. So I'm running a custom 8-foot 10 weight at the moment. Just fully snapped the foot off. Fuck that. I forgot about that now. You reminded me now I'm sad. Fucking hell.
What about your new anti-tangle tip on that rod?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. If you don't throw tight, fast loops, it will catch 100%.
On every backcast.
Every single one. Yeah, and you don't get much distance, but but it's a donkey stopper. I've taken all that fucking tip off
Yet
it.
to be proven.
It's like a broomstick.
Fuck.
It's enough, man. I'll get by.
Yeah.
It'll be even better when I land one on it.
It was a great start though, eh?
It was an awesome start.
Eats.
Yeah.
Blown
eats.
away. Exciting fishing, hearts pumping, adrenaline rushing. It's fucking amazing.
Yep.
And then it was Flynn's shot. What did we do? We're back into the first bay.
Yeah, we went down that ridge a bit more, and it got too shallow and it was pretty shitty looking.
Yep.
So we come all the way back inside, and went to that big spit in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure you've seen that one again.
Flynn's seen it again, but this one was proper tailing, tail out of the water.
It was
tail and top fin out.
Yeah, it was chewing, and it was big.
Yeah.
It was big. Run us through that, man.
There's not much to that one. Just put the cast in, and he turned on it again.
Yeah.
And started twitching it, bumping it like the other boys did, and he mowed it down, and when I strip strike it, just pulled it straight out of its mouth and then spooked off in a circle, and we thought he's going to come back. Like, I strip strike and the fly was gone, and then he like skitzed around in the area like looking for it, and then I put it back in, and then he spooked off and then came back, and we thought he was going to eat again, and then he just gave us the finger and fucked off.
How cool's their body language when they're about to eat?
They like
fully
flare up.
Yeah, it's like whatever's in their sights is just dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. It's
To
cool
paint
as.
the picture for the listeners, we're fishing like rocky, gnarliest looking, rocky, ledgy, fucking like oysters and barnacles and shit. Those sort of flats as the tide covers them, basically. And imagine like brown, bronze, cream, white colours, and then a fluorescent blue, like aquatic blue thing, just sitting in half a metre of water. It's ridiculous to see those things up there. Like, you're like, what the fuck is that? What are they doing up there, man?
Yeah, it looks unnatural, but it looks fucking amazing.
It's epic.
Yeah.
It's proper epic.
Definitely.
Yeah, so then we did that, and then we basically...
Yeah, we bounced around a bit and we're seeing a heap more.
Yeah, and
Didn't get any more eats.
Yeah,
most
a lot
of them
of
were quite deep.
A lot of them were really deep, and there's a lot of current where we are, so it's really hard to get a fly down.
Yeah.
And the ones we did see that were deep, like when we're talking deep, we're talking like a metre and more, but also more than 10 knots of current. So your fly just can't do down. Yeah, running intermediate lines and heavy sinking flies. Just not quite enough. So we've seen plenty of them and had heaps of shots, but just not even anywhere near the fish. Just couldn't get down to them. So then we sort of called that a day. Caught up with Powelly. He smacked a few trout and tuskies and bits and pieces himself. Camping up in a beautiful little spot. Like,
what about the fake permit, man?
Oh, was that in day one?
Day one.
It was
Yeah,
too,
it
actually.
was.
No, I skipped that fucking good yarn, actually. Yeah, so
I forgot all about it.
I
until you
thought it was.
said that.
I thought it was the day after. My bad.
Wait. Before that, squid.
Oh yeah. So that's I'll tell this yarn because it spins me the fuck out. There's middle of the day and there's squid jimmying around on top water, just doing weird shit, man. And big squid.
It's like they're tailing.
I don't get it, man. They're flopping around like their fins are still out of the water, like they're making ripples.
Yeah.
What are they doing out there?
Well, basically just letting us know they're ready to die.
Yeah, something's going to awesome for sure, man.
Fucking Flynn bust them.
Yeah, like normally you're fishing like weed beds and shit. These things just don't give a fuck. They just tear around. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. The squid. So we got a little spin rod with a squid jig on it. And how many?
Remember I said to you before we came here, rig up the squid jig.
You did, yeah, you did. Everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yep.
Millions of them.
We got what? How many did we neck?
7 or 8.
Yeah, about 7 or 8.
Big squid too.
Yep. Delicious.
Yeah, and we bought them all back that Arvo. No, wait up.
Pack attack squid.
We put them in the esky. We'll start that, and then we'll go through to the queenfish. So we had bad luck on the tuskies, and then we come across this beautiful looking sand flat, like channels on sand flats. It just looked like permit country.
Yeah, it was a nice place to explore, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So couldn't help ourselves, sort of jimmied in there and had a bit of a look. And we didn't see anything before that? I don't think so.
I think it's my turn again. I was
perms
on
before
strike.
that, did we?
No, that was...
We didn't see perms before that, did we?
No,
That
we
was
didn't.
Next day.
We
That
didn't
was
see any
next day.
permit, no.
Yeah,
We saw
so-
2 big tuskies on the
On the sand.
sand,
Yeah, that was random as.
which was cool.
Yeah, we saw those.
One of them nearly ate.
Yeah, it had to follow, eh?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so we couldn't help ourselves, had a bit of a look at this sand spit. And I'm not sure who's best to tell the story because it's pretty awesome.
Well, I was on strike, obviously, or
Yeah.
on cast or whatever, and then I was up the front just looking, and then all of a sudden I hear Flynn go, "Fuck! Permit!
It's a fucking
Massive permit! Look at that massive permit!"
Yeah, it was sort of mooning in... We're talking like a little, really shallow...
Yeah, it was like a big dark back on it. And
up onto a beach, and there's like a slight surf break there almost, and it's just running along that.
So I was
From a fairway
I was
away.
out of the boat quicker than Wade was out of the boat last time because I was wading depth, and we weren't going to get the boat across to it quickly enough. So I just jumped out and sprinted across, but I lost sight of it. And so I'm looking where I thought it would have been, and you boys are yelling out, "No, left, left, left!" And then I didn't know how far left, and it wasn't until Flynn yelled out like 11 o'clock, and I turned and I saw it, made the cast. It was basically, I don't know,
Bang
I don't
on.
know how the hell I did it. 2 casts in a row, just spot on.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
Peter Moore.
Because that's not me,
Peter
right,
Morse.
by the way. That is not me, by the way. It just laid out lovely, dropped, and this fish turned, moved over to the fly and absolutely clobbered it.
Yep.
And it felt so surreal because Flynn was 1,000% it was a fucking permit.
Yeah.
That thing was.
And then-
it changed.
1,000%.
It's not that fish that ate.
As soon as it
Yeah.
ate the fly, it turned into a big queenie.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know how it happened, but it just did.
Mick was down waiting,
Yeah.
set the hooks, and Flynn
Yeah.
and I were up on the bow watching, and we're filming and stuff. And Mick set the hooks, and then the queenie sort of turned and shook a bit, and we were like,
Off it instantly.
Oh,
"It's a
you boys were off it,
fucking
yeah."
queen fish." We were filthy.
It went from euphoria to fucking mega disappointment in like half a second.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
you boys, and I'm fucking cheering. I was loving life.
Yep.
It was the best ever.
Yeah, it was a pretty good eat. Like it was coming towards Mick too.
It was a sick
It was
eat.
it was a mint eat.
That actually, the visual of that will be in my brain forever.
Yeah.
Just
yep.
making the cast, watching the fish turn, and just slammed it before it hit.
Yep.
Before it fell to the bottom of the seafloor.
Yeah.
Of the sand. Just
Yeah.
fucking slammed it.
You'll definitely see some photos and
Yeah.
some
And it was a
underwater
good.
shots
It
of
was a
that
good
fish.
fight too. I loved it.
It carried on proper.
Yeah. It's my biggest sight cast fish.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
biggest flats fish on fly.
Yeah.
I was just stoked, mate. Day made for me.
Yeah.
100%.
It didn't
Trip made for me.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
worth it. All for that one fish. And I know people say, "Oh, it's just a queen fish." I don't give a fuck.
Fucked if I
It's a
know,
trophy
man.
fish for me.
I caught
Yeah.
him the week before,
Yeah,
and
I'm stoked.
it hell fun in
I'm
tight
stoked.
creeks. Yeah, and it was. We didn't measure it, but it was it was up around a meter. So, yeah, proper achievement.
Stoked.
Yep. That man, I was on strike again, and we left that spot, went around to some more rocky headlands where the current was just pumping, and there was back on the arm before was lots of tuskies, but deep and just too hard to get down to. And just so much current, hard to hold the boat. Electric was struggling, just dramas. So worked our way back around for nothing. Come back to camp, had a bit of a chat, bit of a reset. Next day we went exploring again, didn't we?
There's a lot of areas that I have never even seen, which I really wanted to explore.
Yeah.
Which this trip I was really excited about doing.
Yep.
Because it's easy to get into a routine of just going where you've seen fish before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be able to go and just put more of a puzzle together, more pieces of the puzzle together for myself personally was a good opportunity. So we've had a look at a lot of ground that I've never seen before, which has been great.
Definitely. Yeah. And
we've
it's,
seen a lot of fish too.
yeah, it's shit tons of fish. And the ground itself is insane. So like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's basically,
It's just gnarly, mate.
it is gnarly. That's pretty much how you put it. It's maddest, randomest rock pinnacles and peaks and reefs and shit in amongst everywhere. So imagine a bunch of pretty well-formed islands, and then in between them is just random sand cays and channels and loads of really gnarly pointy reef flats and ledges and heaps of these crazy, like the water is stupid clear, crystal clear. And where there is permanent water, the channels that flow in around all the reefs or in between the sand spits and the islands and stuff is has all these awesome little weeds in there, like those. What are they? Well, I don't even know what they are. Like,
I'm not sure, mate.
yeah. So that's day 1. Day 2 was pretty much the same as the afternoon of day 1, eh?
Yeah, we pretty much spent the next 2 days getting bulk shots, a couple more almost eats, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then encounters with some permit, some other fish, and some big GTs on the flats, basically, which is fucking cool fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's cool just to see it,
Yeah.
to be honest, and yeah.
Yep.
It's
Big
like
GTs.
I'm excited about tomorrow because it's the last day, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time, the fishing gods or whatever reward perseverance and effort.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping tomorrow we get another decent shot.
Yeah.
If we can, like that's all you can pray for in flats fishing is shots on fish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
You know, so I think like we've had lots of shots. We've seen lots of cool fish. We've explored places that we've never seen before. And to be perfectly honest, like there's not a whole lot other styles of fishing that I like to do in my spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
The side casting aspect is a thing on its own, and then
Yeah.
where we are is fucking amazing. It's what do you call it? Utopia.
Yeah, man.
It is. It's fucking
It's
amazing.
fucking heaven. And it's nice to be able to share it with people who really appreciate it as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
proper do. It's a really specky spot. Do you want to run us through the GT on fly or nah?
Well, I was on the outboard. We were just driving up to the start of a flat, and I've seen a lot of big GTs on flats, and I haven't spent most of my life on flats. I've only been flats fishing for maybe 3 years, 3.5, 4 years on fly, and not very frequently either. Maybe 6 or 7 times a year, something like that, maybe more. Sort of dabble in it on every cast trip where we can. But I've seen a lot of big GTs come up on flats and things like that, and it's always one thing I've noticed whenever I've been on trips with other guys or whatever is we all know it's a possibility and no one ever gets prepared for it.
Yeah.
So I had an experience on another filming trip where I had an eat off a pretty big GT on a 10 weight land-based on a beach, and that left me trembling, and I was like, fuck, what if he actually did eat and like actually stuck hooks? And I was like, fuck, I might as well just get geared up just in case, because I'm going to be doing more of this stuff, so let's get ready. So I got a 12 weight setup and learned to cast it, getting fairly competent at that now. And before we went back to the flat where I thought we might encounter them, I tied on a little popper fly, practice casting, and about 25 minutes later, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We jumped back on the flats, and then we were motoring to the top of the flat to start our little drift, and then I see 3 missiles cruising up the flat.
Is that a fin?
I was like, what is that? What is that? Is that are they sticks?
Is it a fin? Yeah.
And then they started moving quickly. And I'm like, fuck, there's only one fish that moves like that.
Yeah.
They're GTs.
Yeah.
So then we mowed them down with the outboard, cut them off, got a couple of casts in, and one of them turned on the popper, and it was coming back towards the boat. He was going left side, right side of the popper, and we thought he was going to eat. Then the other 2 in the group came, and then all 3 of them were circling it, and we just ran out of room. It was like right at the side of the boat. And then they all fucked off, and It was like,
Proper heartbreak it was.
oh man, it was like adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
they're big
these
fish.
weren't small fish for fly at all. Like, we're
They're
talking
actually
what?
genuinely big fish. Like the smallest one would have been about 25 kilos, I
Yeah,
reckon.
that big black one.
There was a
was
big black one at the
30.
back.
Yeah.
And it was
would have been
big.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
proper
30s,
fish.
yeah.
Proper one.
And we're talking, they're running along the edge of a sandbank, basically, crystal clear water. See them plain as day.
Yeah. Fins just out of the water.
Yeah, if you hooked them, there's basically deep water to our left. You're pretty much happy days.
I reckon we would have had a good chance of landing that.
Yeah,
in any
100%.
one of those fish in that area. Yeah.
Yep.
But it was like 10 minutes of, not even 10 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes. It's probably 2 minutes of fucking mayhem.
Mayhem. Get the 12 weight out, get
Yeah.
it ready.
Yeah.
Someone keep an eye on the fish.
But it's one of those things too, like when that sort of shit happens, it's like I said, like, so, you know that stuff's a possibility. You got to be ready for it. If you're not ready, you miss the chance.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's kind of like, I felt a lot of satisfaction just being ready and being able to take a shot. Even though it didn't eat,
yeah, you were too.
we were there and we were ready, and I was stoked. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like the only thing. Well, they were running parallel to the bank, and
Yeah.
then they come basically straight towards us.
Most of the times I've seen them, they're up and they're gone
Yeah,
real
Yep.
quick. Like that second one we saw, Flynn. You know, we saw it from distance in that bay when we came in the channel.
Yeah.
We're like, what's that? And then it's almost like he heard the motor and just
Gone.
put the foot down, and it was, whoa, see ya.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what it's like so often. If you don't catch them mooching up,
Yeah.
or just cruising,
Yeah.
they get wind of you and they're fucking gone in
Gone.
2 seconds flat.
yeah.
So it's really like opportunity needs to meet preparation. You need to be ready for the shot to even be able to get it.
yeah, that's right.
And then if they eat, great. But if they don't, at least you've made the shot.
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, well, the variables like the fish
Yeah,
swimming
yeah.
towards us like it did. Like,
That's right.
That's something you can't really.
I couldn't believe it because as I was stripping it, like I've been thinking about these fish for 3 years.
Yeah,
And in the back of my mind always. And as I was stripping it, I think I was talking to myself.
yeah,
Yeah, you were yelling. It's gonna happen.
Was
it's
I?
Gonna
It's going to happen.
It's
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
yeah.
Fucking
It
hell.
was a pretty cool experience.
One day it will.
Awesome to watch.
Hopefully.
It was insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
No, it's good to share it with you, for sure.
Yeah, it was wicked.
Awesome.
Couple of skinnies and golden trev.
Yep.
Small golden trev for Flynn.
That's your first one on fly too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Cool,
was.
man.
First one.
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Flynn banged a nice bar cheek on one of our flow state prototypes, which was pretty cool. Gave a few to Powelly, and they seem to be performing quite well on the reef species.
He slammed a few trout on the way home with him.
Yeah, he did. He slammed a couple yesterday and a couple this morning, didn't he?
Yeah, that's good, man. Good on you.
Yeah, which is pretty epic. Bit more work to go, and then hopefully be able to get them out to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow the plan. We don't really have a plan, do we? Hit the flats, basically.
Yeah. I got a plan.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
The plan is hopefully for you guys to get a fish that we can go home with, like proud of.
Yeah.
But even if we don't, we've seen some fucking
man.
cool shit.
Yeah.
We've had some mad shots on awesome fish.
Oh, today actually we had those. We had a couple. Flynn and I had an eat. Well, almost eat each today. Well, I think I had an eat.
That thing fucking
Oh, yeah.
swallowed and digested
100%.
that thing, man.
Yeah. So
Choked on it.
we were going across this bay, and there's this white gravelly spit that comes out, and it just looks beautiful. The water height was perfect. Everything. We got over past it. Seen a other random tusky. It was too deep. Spooked it. Then mixed like. There's got to be one on that thing on that flat. Got over to it. Sure enough, there's one there. There's a donkey, and I laid pretty much spot on, about a metre off it. Couple of strips, trying to get my line tight. I thought I had it tight enough, but I obviously didn't because I didn't feel the bump if it did eat. And yeah, it sort of come over and fucking jimmied around a bit, and then Flynn was like, it ate. So I set. And basically, I'm pretty sure I set after it, spat the fly back out. So then, pulled it away, and then it pissed off, which was a bit of a bummer.
He was hungry too, eh?
He was hungry, yeah.
He was proper hungry.
Yep. And then Flynn's one, we went over to another spot for a bit of a look, and we're running along the top of a ledge, basically. So the ledge is under the water, and there's water over the top of it, and there's tuskies just running along the same way we are. And Flynn's cast in front of it, laid, the tuskies turned and just mowed him down. And you run out of room too, basically, eh?
Yeah, I just kept bumping him along, and he saw the boat and looked at the fly and looked at the boat and was like, "Oh, it's not really worth it."
I'm out.
Doesn't look good.
The other way.
I'm out. Yeah. So that was two that was going to eat. That we're going to eat. Geez, good English. That we're going to eat.
Both landable fish too.
They both
Yeah,
were.
definitely
They
they
were
were,
both
yeah.
in pretty primo spots to land.
Yeah.
But like, it's pretty rewarding that you actually try and get to eat, that you can cast. I think it's a lot of fly casting is like being able to lay that fly in the correct spot is a fair bit. Like, and it's rewarding that you get the lay correct, I think, regardless of everything else.
Yeah, the thing I love about it is it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shit at it, really, comparatively to a lot of people. I'm learning a lot every single time I get to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about fly fishing.
Yeah.
It almost makes you feel like you're new to something. You know, like if you've caught, quite a few fish in your lifetime or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like a whole new lease on something you love. You know what I mean?
It definitely is. And it's a challenge, and it's
Yeah.
super rewarding. Like, you take in a lot more than just the fish itself.
Yeah.
When you're on the flats, and it's just, it's so visual. It's
Yeah.
so visual, and you're on the flats, and you're seeing the fish you're casting at,
It's fun as hell, man.
and it is fucking fun. And you don't know what's on, like, on the flats.
yeah.
Like, you could be casting a tuskfish, and a fucking trout comes out from the ledge underneath it and smacks
Yeah,
your
that's
fly
right.
type thing.
Or
Or
a big GT swims past, or
yeah.
permit, or who knows?
Anything.
Like,
Yeah. Well, like that, we were looking for tuskies, and I found that blue bastard.
Yeah.
crazy.
And it was a good sized blue bastard. So a blue bastard, for those people who don't know, is like basically a mother-in-law, isn't it? It's mother-in-law?
Yeah, it's like
same, but
it's a
different.
Moong,
Moong. So, and before you write it off, it's a prize fly casting species, because it's absolutely awful to try and target, because they just do not want to eat anything. Yeah, they proper bar ya. So I had a couple of shots at it, and it was just was what they'd always like. Didn't give me time of day, but it was pretty cool to see that, even just to have cast at it, and I had a couple of good lays and stuff, and just to have the opportunity to do that. Like, it's pretty special. Like, I've this far into the trip, and I haven't got a tusky. I haven't got really any trophy fish or anything like that, and I'm still fulfilled. And I've learned heaps, and still got heaps to come back and do. So it's a massive win, I think, because you win when you're here doing it, and then like doing what we've done, and then there's still so much more to put on top of that.
Definitely.
So that's I can't quite explain it, but it's definitely an awesome opportunity, and it's really a privilege to be here. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, man. We got one more day to make it happen and see how we go.
Yeah, one more day. So we're going to fish till we can get enough tide to pull the boat out tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
And then Mick and I are going to send probably all through the night again.
Definitely all through the night. I've got to get back to work.
Yeah, Mick's working Thursday, so we're definitely through the night. Full send back. Back to reality, which is going to be pretty fucking shit after this. To be honest.
But you'll be going back to reality with a lot of memories in your head that will be burnt in there forever.
Yeah. What's
That's
where
for
the
sure.
next neeps? That's where I'll be at.
Yeah. No, all good.
Proper. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we can set the hooks proper and put their fucking heads in the dirt.
Yeah. And the beauty of it is you won't know.
Nah, you won't. Not a chance.
No.
I reckon, well, that's pretty much all we got to talk about that one.
Yeah, man. Wrap him up.
Wrap him up. It's pretty late. We're pretty fucking cooked.
I've been sitting here with copping smoke in my eyes the whole fucking time.
You want to
mate.
be out of here now.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, cooked. No, we're all pretty cooked.
We're all cooked.
If we have an awesome, mad day tomorrow, we're going to be having a podcast at the boat ramp. If you don't hear from me, we had a
shocker.
shit day. Thanks, boys.
Righto.
Yeah.